Okay, we are back with the second part. Okay, a dynamic admin interface. It's not just scaffolding; it's the whole house. What does that even mean? A dynamic admin interface. Okay, I'm assuming that we're gonna build some type of admin interface. Scaffolding is the whole house. Cool. Once your models are defined, which we did in the other video, Django can automatically create a professional production-ready administrative interface. That is a really great part of Django that I really like. That when I'm using Spring Boot in Java, I have to build out those the admin. I have to build it out every time. But here Django gives you that out the box, so that is nice. Okay, once your models are defined, Django can automatically create a professional production-ready admin interface. It's a website that lets authenticated users add, change, and delete objects. Only step required is to register your model in the admin site. So again, this is the same model that they gave us before when we have an article. Now they're going to the admin part right here, admin.py. And let's see, what are they doing here? Contrib, import admin. Then from the current file you're in, import the models. Admin site.register models.article. So I guess that's putting in the article inside of the admin, so the admin knows like that's there in the database. Okay, so the philosophy here is that your site is edited by a staff or a client, or maybe just you, and you don't want to deal with creating the backend interface, only to manage content, which I said that I do with Spring Boot. I mean, I don't mind it. It's fine anyway. One typical workflow in creating Django apps is to create models and get the admin site up and running as fast as possible so your staff or clients can start populating data. Then develop the way data is presented to the public. So it's pretty much just saying that it gives you an easy way to manage your data. After you create your model, you're going to do this little trick right here, admin site register, throw your model in there, and you'll be able to manage that through this admin panel. Design your URLs, write your views, design your templates. It's just the surface. Okay, so where were we? Design your URLs, I believe. A clean, elegant URL schema is an important detail in a high-quality web application. Django encourages beautiful URL design and doesn't put any cruft in URL like PHP or ASP. They call it beautiful URL design and cruft. I don't even know what that means. To design URLs for an app, you create a Python module called URL config. To design URLs for the app, you need to create this module. This is a table of contents for your app. It contains the mapping between URL patterns and Python callback functions. Okay, so this is going to contain the mapping between URL patterns and Python callback functions. The URL conf also serves to decouple URLs from Python code. So here's what a URL conf might look like for the report article example above. So there's the URL.py, and it's just the URL config file. I thought it was literally URL conf. So you got the URL.py, and you're doing some more Django magic here. Import the path that you're going to use here. Then you're importing all of these views. I don't think it's talking about views yet, but here are the views from the view folder that it's importing. And you have these URL patterns, and the paths. So what what's going to happen is you're going to be able to hit these paths right here, and that's going to trigger these views. And views are, I guess it's like controllers in MVC, in the MVC model. Yeah, because it's not like a view. Because when you go to views here, it's actually just the functions. So that's what's happening here. You go to article / I guess whatever year you put in there, and then views is probably a function that's going to find all the years. And same thing here, you put in year, month, it find the month, and then article. So that's URL patterns, and showing you how to design them. The code above maps URL paths to Python callback functions, what they call views. And the path strings use parameter tags. Path strings here, and then I use parameter tags right there. And they're going to capture values from the URLs. Okay, so that's the way that you can pass in data into your views function, or your views, what do they call it, callback functions, your views. They're going to use, which here is what they call them. Can run through the path, parameter tags. There we go. Similar to a function, pretty much. Think of it similar to a function. These parameter tags are going to be the inputs to this function that's located in this view. So when a user requests a page, Django runs through each path. So we're going to run through each path in order. And it's going to stop at the first one that matches the requested URL. That is interesting that it's going to go through each one in order, but okay. Why wouldn't it just go to the, I guess there's a search form? That comes to question me, like what if there's like hundreds of paths? And it just has to go through each one till it finds it, whatever. If none of them matches, Django calls a special case 404 view. Oh, here we go. It's blazingly fast because the paths are compiled into regular expressions at load time. Well, that answers my question there. It's blazingly fast because all the paths, they're compiled to regular expressions, and you can do that pretty fast. So once the URL pattern matches, Django calls the given view. So again, like I said, once you hit this path right here, it's going to call this callback function in this view, execute, and see given view, which is a Python function. And like I said, it's a callback function. Each view gets passed the request object. Each view gets passed the request object, yep, which contains request metadata and the values captured in the pattern. For example, if the user requested a URL articles 2005 and some numbers, that's going to be this one right here. It looks like articles 2005 with the year, the month 5, and then the private key, which is here, right? This one right here. What's going to happen is it's going to hit the views article and give you that article details based off of that. So it's going to Django will call the function news view article details. This is the function. It said it's going to take that request object, and that request object contains this metadata here. So that's the request object, and then the parameters. So the values captured in the pattern, which is year, month, and the private key. And it doesn't tell you anything else about it, looks like, but it's going to hit that function and then execute whatever that function is. I'm pretty sure it's just going to give you the details of this article that you put in. I am almost at 10 minutes, so I think I'm going to stop right there and go do some more doc stuff in another video.